Welcome back to the morning show on E on this trending Thursday. Now in studio, we are joined by actress Nunu Khumalo, who you might know as Hlengi on ETV Scandal. And she has now entered a storyline that is quite intriguing. And we're going to be talking to her about all of that and more. Nunu, welcome to the morning show.
Thank you so much for having me. Good morning.
Let's talk about ETV Scandal, right?
All right.
You have been with Scandal for quite some time now.
5 years.
It's a pretty long time.
Imagine.
So let's talk about from where you started to where you are now and this new role that you have taken on, or this new storyline that you have taken on. How has it challenged you and how has it, grown you as an artist?
I grew up so much on Scandal. I mean, I grew into my womanhood while I was on the show. And as an artist, Scandal is very, very difficult training ground because, a lot of legends have been there and you have scenes with them. So naturally, you're going to learn, you're going to grow a lot. And it's been difficult, it's been beautiful, it's been inspirational, and I'm so grateful. It was always a dream to perform on Scandal, to be honest. So I'm very grateful that that happened.
And you're doing quite amazing. I think I was watching last night's episode and I was just like at the edge of my seat. I'm just like, oh. But talking about this new storyline, it's a storyline about kidnapping, abuse in a relationship or somewhat former relationship. Tell us more about that.
What's happening to Hlengi right now is something that a lot of women experience in South Africa, young women. And I think the difference with Hlengi is that nobody expected something like this to happen to her, because I think we tend to assume that gender-based violence happens to women who might come across as perhaps scandalous or, financially not as strong or not as intelligent. And Hlengi is moralistic and well-behaved, and she has a clean slate. So nobody saw this coming, including me, the actress that's playing her. So I think that's a lesson in saying that you never know where it's happening or where it's gonna come from, because Uamo is also not the candidate. Everybody loves Uamo. He's a photographer, he's a nice guy. I mean, he's been in this beautiful relationship with Hlengi for some years, but that also goes to show, and speaking from experience, being with someone for a long time doesn't mean they'll never harm you.
Absolutely.
Honestly, it doesn't. So take the signs as they are and not what you believe they should be. Live in reality, live in the present moment, Yeah.
And you never really know a person, right? Because like you're saying, no one expected Amu to be this person.
And you know why? Because we don't know where they came from.
Yes.
I don't know how he grew up. You don't know how he grew up. But those traumas come up in situations that are difficult to handle. And if you don't have the tools to deal with difficult situations, you're going to go back to what you experienced as a child, which is very sad sometimes.
Absolutely. Now, earlier on, you mentioned the fact that, you never really know or anticipate that such things would happen to someone, but this is the reality of a lot of women in South Africa.
True.
And I can imagine that telling the story carries great responsibility. What kind of responsibility do you feel you carry with regards to the storyline?
I had a responsibility to be honest.
Yeah.
I had a responsibility to be honest, more so because I've experienced this myself. And because of the fact that they gave the storyline to Hlengi, and I know that a lot of the times the women that go through this are the ones that no one suspects, because they think, oh, she's too strong, or she's too intelligent, or she knows better. It's not about knowing better. Violence is violence, and violence erupts where it erupts. But as a society, I think we need to look at gender-based violence and femicide and deal with the root of the issue, because we like protesting and making a noise once a girl has died or once a woman has passed away, and that is the conclusion of the matter. That is not the root of the issue. A part of the root of the issue is dealing with how these boys are raised, what kind of homes they grow up in, because they experience things in childhood that now manifest later in life when they're trying to build a family and they don't know how to handle situations. So I had to be honest. I had to be well versed in the matter, and I believe that I am at this point, having experience, having told the story before, and having done other things with other campaigns that have informed me of what the actual reality is that's going on in the society. So we need to deal with the root issue, and I hope that we can explore that as well as the story goes on, to be able to deal with this, you know, pandemic. In our society.
100%. And I love that you touch on the fact that we need to deal with it from the root up, right? And you make mention of, you know, how boys are raised. What kind of things do you think, as adults growing to become parents, we could do differently?
Sympathize, spend more time with kids, listen to kids. Kids deserve respect. Guys, they actually do. And I know, like, in some of our cultures, you know, the parent is godlike. But we're all human beings, and we all need to be able to communicate with one another in sincerity and honesty. So we really need to listen to each other. As much as they need to listen to parents, we need to listen to kids as well, because kids have something to say. Kids are having experiences, and kids need to be protected.
I agree. Without giving too much away, and before we wrap things up, what can we expect with Hlengi now in this new storyline?
Oh my goodness, I think, you know, we're already quite far into the storyline, but unfortunately, I will say complete war. I just, you're gonna see it, so I can't lie, you know. You know, they're at war right now, so it's really scary, it's really sad, it's tragic, but I'm an actor, and this is actually happening to women, so I mean, I'm a performer, this is my storyline, so that it is what it is. We need to, an artist's job is to say what other people are not saying. So that is why we are saying this right now, because this is an issue.
Absolutely, and you're telling the story so well. And you know, if you want to catch more on the story on ETV Scandal, remember to catch it every evening at 7:30. That was Nunu Khumalo with us right here on TMS, and we're taking a quick break. Stay with us, we'll be right back.